David here today with a video about my miniature studio/broadcasting setup. So we'll start over here. We've got the Mackie Mix 8-channel audio mixer with a bunch of inputs hooked up. Starting over here, we've got the microphone, which is the Shure SM58. The microphone stand is kind of tucked in that corner. I really need to get tackling these wires, especially in there where the internet modem and phone modem and stuff is, because it looks like a bowl of spaghetti basically exploded all over my floor. Microphone's on channel 1. Channel 2 is empty. I could use it for another microphone. Channel 3 and 4 is the computer's input, which is turned off right now. I'm just tuned into Aaron's show. And then 5 and 6 would normally be used for the CD player, but right now as I'm using its cabling to monitor through the JVC amplifier, it's not hooked up. I need to get some more adapters. So control room out is controlled right here, as you can see, is CR/phones which controls the control room out and headphones output, which you see right here. And then you've got your main mix, which controls all these, as well as what would go out to this. So I could adjust this and this. And the control room phones you can also use for queuing up a cassette or whatever else. And when you click this button, it only sends what is being brought here out to the control room/headphones output and doesn't go through the main mix. So I will only see the audio that's coming from that, but it will not affect any other audio being fed to the mixer. And then over here for music, when I'm doing a live broadcast, we use Radio DJ, which is 100% full screen. As you can see, I've got a few tracks loaded as I will be going live tonight. You can see the time and all that. Over here, we've got the entire stereo equipment, the JVC TDW209 stereo dual cassette deck, the XL F207 5-disc carousel changer, which has a few CDs loaded up into it, as you can see if I hit the open button and the close button. There's a couple cassettes in the cassette deck. I need to find some more and actually buy them. And I also need to get a turntable. And then over here we've got the JVC RX509V digital surround sound system receiver, 5 channels only. So if I wanted to run something like a subwoofer, I would have to get an external amplifier to do so. And then down here we've got the internet modem and the desktop PC. Broadcasting live, if I'm doing like to iVlog or whatever, we have Wirecast, which I have a few different shots. The Please Stand By Droid Cam, which I can use with my phone. We've got the desktop presenter running, which basically is showing what's on this display. And then we've got another shot, which is dual cameras. You can see me there. And the other one. Now, the way I used it is I actually had 2 webcams, but I don't. So I need to get another one. And then we have just a straight up life cam one, which is this guy right here. And then above that, we have the Pioneer speakers, which are a fairly decent distance from the microphone, so I could actually talk into it. And why is it? I guess it helps if I actually. I'm not getting any audio from the microphone. I guess it would help if I actually unmuted or unclicked the two control room/headphones output. But as you can see, I don't get any feedback as it's not loud enough. The gain's just right. And other than that, I also had to buy a new keyboard finally because the old one crapped out, so I bought this Logitech K120, which goes perfectly with my M570 wireless trackball, and you also get the M100 mouse, which I don't quite have a use for at the moment. Now, what's great about Radio DJ is, as you can see, you've got an audio processor built into it, which is easier on my CPU, as running Stereo Tool alongside Winamp with the DSP plugin really gets hard on the CPU. Up here you can see you've got various presets. You can do custom values, which you've got your attack, ratio, threshold, gain, and release. You've got a 10-band EQ, which is obviously stereo, and your auto gain controller, which I have to set to the preset soft, as I find that works best for me. And I do say it definitely works really, really well. And if I'm doing, say, just a regular stream, like automated, if I can find it here, we got to go all the way down. We use Sam Broadcaster. We'll give it a second to load up. This is installed to the SSD, so it is pretty quick. And here you can see Sam Broadcaster running, which connects to my IceCast server, and then we use the .m3u or the stream URL to connect to that. Obviously, it's not running right now as the IceCast server is currently offline, but that's easy to fix. We just type in IceCast, run IceCast console, and it starts up just like that, and then I can connect to it. Now, to connect to that, if I was doing a live stream for just audio only here, we can go use broadcast using this tool, which, let's say I bring in a source, you can see it light up as it's picking up the line input. Now, using that and Wirecast and everything works quite well. I just have to get it all set up so that if people want to listen via the audio only, they can get the .m3u or just type in the URL into their browser and connect to it. Now, there are other few things I'd like to get into the studio, such as another CD player, preferably a 5-disc carousel changer. And I've actually figured out what the point of the program is. Now, if you click program, you'll see this lights up. So I can basically hit disc 1 and then select a track, 2, program, and then hit the memory button. That will only play the selected tracks in discs. So if we want to add another one, say program, we want to go, let's say disc 2, track 5. You hit disc 2 and then track 5, program, memory, and as you can see, disc 1 and 2 is lighted up, the track number is lit up, and then to do it again, you just basically hit, say, disc 5, track 2, program, and memory, and then when you hit play, as you can see, it lights up with the play. It's obviously, it's not quick enough. It changes disc fairly quickly, but to actually start playing the CD is a little slow, so I'd have to have something else in between that, so there's no dead air and all that. Queuing up tapes is a little different. You actually have to go in and manually queue this track you want. And this does have a remote sensor, but I have yet to find the remote that goes with that. And I would like to also get the remote for the amplifier. And I still have yet to clean the volume knob in this. It really does need to be cleaned because it cuts out a channel and it's a servo controlled. So if I was to hit the mute button, say with my phone, as I'm able to use that as a remote, it just turns the volume knob completely off. Whereas ones that have a standard volume knob without the servo just have an internal mute that just clicks in and it mutes all the sources and all that stuff. And up top you see we've got the rabbit ears for the FM. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Although, forgot to mention one thing up top, we have my HP DeskJet 1512 printer, which I need to get ink for, and this is the type of printer that uses only 2 cartridges. We'll go ahead and see if I can actually get it slid along here. Ow, it's a bit of a tight squeeze. Uses 2 cartridges. You've got your HP tricolor, as you can see, HP 61. There's the 61 and the 61XL. The 61XL is a larger ink cartridge, but also costs twice as much as this size. So you've got your tricolor, which blue, red, and yellow, and then you have a black cartridge. Now, as far as I know, you can actually buy blank ink cartridges, so you can just print black. I do have the driver CD for this, but for some reason it will not print. It's possibly because the ink levels are a bit too low, and you can actually see. Here's the original driver CD for that printer. This is for the 1510 all-in-one series, but it also supports that printer. But anyways, that's it for now.